Hi everyone. I'm going to do a review on the Hustler Dash, the 34 inch. I've had it for about 2 years, a little over 2 years now, and there's not much information on YouTube about the accessories you can buy for it, and if it's even really that good. So I figured I would make a video to help other people that were in my situation and see what they thought. For starters, again, this is the 34 inch. At the time when I bought it, it was $2,300, I recall, and I got it for $2,150. So at the time, it was a steal. I thought it's a lot more than that. I think they're over $3,000 now new. I do wish, however, I got a 42 inch because the blades don't come past the wheels. So it's hard for me to get close up to places in my yard. As you can see, my door really isn't that big. So I made the shed around the mower at the time of when I bought it, thinking that I didn't really need anything bigger, but just thinking that in the future, if I wanted to get something bigger, I'm probably going to have to knock this wall down and make it bigger, which is honestly not the biggest deal in the world, but something I would definitely have to consider. When I do cut the grass, I can't get up close to the fence or my patio over there. So what I end up having to do, or what I did, was I ended up buying a push mower to do all my close-up stuff. So I don't have to weed whack every single time I mow. So that is something that I would consider. Again, if you were buying this, obviously if you're limited to space, there's nothing wrong with this mower in that regard, but that is something to consider. As in regards to the engine, it is the Briggs & Stratton. It's 10.5 horsepower. It does the job fine. I really don't have any complaints with it. I used to run Hustlers when I used to cut grass for a buddy of mine for a few years. He ran Hustlers. I just knew them, so I figured when I bought my own zero turn, that's what I was going to buy, and I'm happy with it. In terms of servicing, every so often, or at least every year, change the oil. That's the oil spout. Change the spark plug. Change the fuel filter that's down here, and the air filter that's under here. Pretty easy. There's no oil filter. There's nothing that in depth with this mower. As regards to how long I've had it, it does have a timer underneath here. I've put only 54 hours on it. I have a half acre of, my yard's a half acre, so it doesn't take me that long to cut it. If it was a perfect day, I wasn't weed whacking or anything, I was just gonna cut, I'd probably get everything done in under an hour. That's with also using the push mower and bagging the clippings on the side. I have the chute off of this now for the discharge. I have to take it off just because when I go through this door out of my shed, it doesn't fit. When I originally built this, I had the mulch kit on there, which is this. I just took this off because my only gripe with this, and this is what I feel like people need to know, is that I cut this grass at 3 inches. I cut it between 3 and 6 days, depending on how much it grows and how fast. The thing that I absolutely could not stand, and it's kind of also why I bought this, is that when I would cut the grass and I would stop, turn off the blades, or keep the blades running, doesn't matter, do a 3-point turn and go back to cut the other way, I would have clumps of grass on the end of my yard on both sides. So then I would have to go back over it with this to pick up all the clippings. It was driving me nuts, and I just decided to take it off 2 weeks ago. I just put the chute on for the discharge, and it's really not that bad. I still have the mulching blades on there. I do have extra blades, which are right here. I do get sharpened. I have the regular blades that it came with, and then I have the mulching blades as an extra set. it still discharges just fine. I don't have any gripe with that. One thing I do want to say is with this machine, I had plates. They're actually right there that were on top of here. They were supposed to cover this. One thing that I just noticed is that every time I mow, especially with the mulch kit and clippings everywhere, this thing would get compacted with grass, and it was just, I couldn't even blow it out half the time. I'd actually have to take this thing off, peel out all the grass, and put the thing back on. Eventually I just said, the hell with it. Now with this off, I can just blow it with my blower when I'm done. It cleans up pretty easy. I don't really see the need or the point of the covers for this, but that's just something to think about. One of the things that I also purchased was this back plate just for show. Nothing more than for show, and I think it was like 75 bucks at the time. Makes it look like it's an actual mower, not just a mower hanging off, or engine hanging off the end of the mower itself. The big reason why I am making this video though is because I couldn't find any information about the bagger that you can attach to this. So I actually went ahead and bought it, just delivered today. I'm going to install it now. It was $429 delivered to my door. And I mean, as you can see, the bag is not as big as I expected it to be. I thought it would have some depth. I'm going to have to look at it, see if I'm missing something, but the bag itself seems bigger than it actually is. But I don't know, it says it holds two bushels. I'm assuming that's like a bushel, so it's not that much more grass than I'm going to be holding, but as long as I'm not pushing it, it might make it faster. So without any more info, I don't think, I'm going to install this and I'll give you an update on what I think. If you have any questions, please shoot me a message below. I'd love to answer them. Like I said, I could not find any information on my searches for anything about this mower, what people have done, what people thought, their issues, etc. So yeah, I think overall it's a great mower. Like I said, wish I got the bigger blades, the 42-inch. I'm really hoping that this makes cutting a little bit better, especially during the springtime and the fall time. My grass is so thick, I do try my best to keep up with it. It's rye and tall fescue. It just grows so fast that I can't discharge it all the time. I have 2 dogs. They bring in everything. So I'm not trying to continuously clean the inside of the house. So as you can see, there's not a whole lot of clippings on here. There's only about maybe 3 cuts worth, but I cut it so often to try to keep the clippings small and to a minimum. So again, I'll give you an update once I have this connected and I mow it and tell you how we make out.